Face beating.
Rolling,
Okay,
rolling.
signal speeds. Oh,
Okay.
she's hiding.
26 Bravo, take 1, common mark.
Thank you.
All right, rolling, rolling. Action. Action.
Can I get a 10 count, please?
I'm so sorry. I had Triscuits this morning for breakfast with salt on it. I didn't know they were salted, so that always kind of fusses things around a little bit.
No problem. We're just having a. Can we just test your audio? Can you give us like a 1, 2, 3 test, please?
1, 2, 3.
Excellent.
We can cut that out.
Absolutely. Can we just start with your name and your title on the project?
My name is Jamie Lynn, and I am the makeup expert, artist, magician on this fabulous project. Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh God, it's everything. One of the things that my grandma always said is, don't look at yourself the way that you see yourself. Look at yourself the way that other people have to look at your face. And I just remember always kind of replaying that in my mind every single day, every minute I wake up, every time I go to sleep. I think it's just an incredible thing because as much as it can make you have a good first impression, it can also get you out of things. So when I was little and I used to have to be pulled out of class for taking my special medication, it was some undiagnosed stomach problem. I still am not totally sure what's wrong. I haven't gotten health insurance in a long time. And the kids were so mean about it. So I just got tired of going to school. And I realized that if I took a little concealer and just dotted it on my lips and a little bit of eyeshadow and just right under my eyes, I could look really sick. And I didn't have to go to school for, I know it must have been like 6 months or something. My mom took me to the hospital. It was, there were some really cool moments about that because I realized like I had control over something in my life, but also the feeding tube was weird. The different types of inoculations that they were giving me, I think it stunted some of my growth and it made my hair grow unevenly. So I have like a little scalp circle. I'm not sure if I picked that up while I was in the hospital or if that was just a side effect of all of the medication they were giving me. But, you know, growing up.
Munchausen?
God bless you.
That's great. I want to ask you, I do want to ask you about how you got involved with this project.
Oh my gosh. So I met Tabitha, who's doing all of the wardrobe and stuff, during a local community theater production of Fiddler on the Roof. And I just remember we just got on so well. And at the time, I was successfully running my my YouTube channel, Lip Service. But that's initially how we met. And I was telling her that my YouTube channel got taken down. They allegedly said I used music that I didn't own the copyright to. But everybody does it, so I don't know why they're picking on me, probably because I'm popular. And so Tabitha brought me in and said, I know that you have some bills to pay. I know that you are starting to make your own clothes. I know that you're, you don't have gas. I know you're almost homeless. Would you like to come and be a part of this? And I said, anything for some snacks and just to get out of the house or out of my car. Oh, yes. When I was little, I've got a younger sister, and I used to just do all sorts of fun experiments on her. And one of the coolest things that I ever did was I found that if you take, those little fake nails that you use, you can glue them to people's skin and make it look like scales. So I put scales all over her face, and she had to go to the emergency room. We spent a lot of time at the hospital. But the look was incredible, and I realized if I had used a different kind of adhesive, again, I hadn't been doing it long enough to know don't use nail glue on skin, but if I had known that, it would have been incredible. The look was amazing. She looked like a fish. So what's nice about getting to work with a whole team instead of just me doing stuff by myself is that I can just focus on the one thing that's important to me, which is this and this, and sometimes this, sometimes this, and everything else is wardrobe. But if you've got 2 eyes and a nose and a pair of lips, that's all that I need. Anything else is extra. So one of the things that makes it really difficult for me to travel out to different locations is just the amount of prescriptions I have to routinely fill, and some of them are not approved for like mailing, so I have to go in person every month to pick them up. I've got traloxapine, which helps keep my stomach lining lined. I've got phenyl, which is it's like a store brand version of like a colon cleanser. Just a ton of things. Most of the things that I take are usually in conjunction with kombucha or some sort of hard tea derivative that allows, when it's all taken together, it creates this replication of an intestinal tract. And if I don't take it in the morning, you get what you got today, which is just some little oops-a-daisies, some little bits of problems here and there. But I'm trying to get I'm trying to get health insurance so that maybe at some point I can just have a doctor that actually knows what's wrong. Because right now it's just mostly the guy that's at CVS. I just decided like it would be okay just to come down here under the porch. Everyone's been kind of stressed out today ever since they tried to kill that guy. And from what I heard, he's gonna survive. I mean, it's just his leg, but then we brought that person in the mole cat suit, and they fired her. She was here for, 5 seconds? I don't like that they put the dots on her face without me. That's my job. So now I'm just thinking like at any minute I'll be the next one that's fired. Not that I don't feel bad for the guy that was shot, but I'm just trying to stay out of everybody's way right now until maybe we can get through a day where nobody gets shot, or the food's not poisoned, and then maybe we can start over again, fresh slate. But for now, I just feel like as long as I stay out of the way and Chase doesn't see me, Natalie doesn't see me, Mitchell doesn't see me, as long as I'm just somewhere where no one can see me for the next day or so, I can maybe keep my job long enough to do makeup.
How do you plan on doing your job if you're hiding?
Well, I'll probably just run in really fast, do what I can out there, and then maybe in between, and that way we're too busy for Chase to realize that I'm still here, that they're still paying me to be here. And maybe if I do a good enough job, he'll want me to stay, or at least it won't be like a discussion that we have to have. And then I'll just go home real quick before they go to sleep, and then maybe they'll sleep and forget about wanting to fire me.
I know you are trying to make friends on set. Will you be able to do that too if not hiding?
Well, I know that Tabitha said I can hide in the wardrobe closet if I need to. She's got like a bunch of coats and stuff that I can crawl under when the rest of the cast is walking around. So I do have her as an ally, which is great. And maybe I just won't have lunch with everybody. So again, they won't have time to tell me like, you're fired, you're doing an awful job. And then, I've gone days without eating before, and there's like acorns around here. It's not my favorite food, but I've had them before, I'll have them again. I'm keeping my job. I have a cat to feed.
Did you say my biggest issue is my pill bottle? I think a lot of noise.
Probably my biggest issue right now, though, is the pill bottles. It's a blessing and a curse, though, because I have them, and they've sort of sometimes they rattle around, and it brings attention to me, especially when they're filming. They're like, oh, that's so loud, why are you doing that? But what's great, though, is when Chase wants to come and talk to me, and he's like, hey, I need to talk to you, I can just run to the bathroom and pretend I'm puking or something, and then he gets tired and just ignores me and goes back to talking to Natalie. So I think I'm okay. I can also maybe go out in the back somewhere and bury them and then I can keep my pills there, and then I can run around. This would actually be a perfect place because it's kind of temperature controlled. It's shady. Hopefully the squirrels won't get into it, but I've fought squirrels before. I'll do it again. I'm keeping my job. I have a cat. Lock the windows, lock the doors, check 5 times and 5 times more. Check again so that you're sure. Check again, check again, check again, check again, and then the monsters can't get you. When I'm safe in my room, nothing can get me. Lock the doors, keep the monsters outside. Get out! Monsters, get out of my head. Shut up! Monsters, get out of my head. It's late and I have to go to bed. When I'm scared and afraid, I talk to my friend. I named her Blades. Blades says everything will be alright. At least get through the night. At least get through the night.